Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that your grocery bill has quietly gone up again. Your rent is inching higher, and your paycheck somehow feels smaller, even though nothing has changed. That's the invisible power of inflation. And in 2025, the United States is experiencing a shift that affects not just Americans, but the entire global economy. If you have ever wondered how inflation truly impacts you, your savings, and your financial future, this video is your guide. Welcome to Rich Map, the place where financial clarity meets practical wisdom. Today, we are diving deep into USA inflation in 2025. What is causing it? And more importantly, what it means for you whether you are living in the US, planning to move there, doing business, or simply trying to understand how global financial shifts affect your daily life. Inflation is not just a rise in prices. It's a signal. It tells a story about the economy, what's working, what's not, and what you should prepare for. In 2025, inflation in the US is no longer at the extreme highs we saw in previous years, but it is not fully settled either. Many experts are calling this a cooling period, but cooling does not mean calm. Prices are still elevated, especially for essentials like food, housing, and healthcare. So even though inflation rates are technically lower, people are still feeling financial pressure. One of the biggest factors pushing inflation in 2025 is housing. In many cities, rent is still rising faster than wages. Home prices are stabilizing but remain high due to limited supply and strong demand. If you are renting, you will notice that landlords are increasing rates annually to match the rising cost of property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. If you are a homeowner, your mortgage might be stable, but everything around home ownership, utilities, repairs, insurance continues to get more expensive. Then there is the job market. On paper, employment numbers look strong, and wages have risen compared to previous years. But here is the twist. Wage growth still has not fully caught up with the price increases of the last 3 years. That means even if you are earning more, your money is not stretching the way it used to. The cost of living is outpacing the income growth of the average household. And this is where people start feeling what economists call real income decline. Not because they are earning less, but because everything around them costs more. Another major factor is energy. Oil prices have become unpredictable due to global tensions, supply chain shifts, and changing energy policies. When oil prices rise, transportation, manufacturing, and goods distribution all become more expensive. That cost eventually gets passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices, from groceries to electronics to everyday items you do not even think twice about. Let's talk about the federal government and the Federal Reserve. They have been trying to strike a delicate balance. Cool inflation without slowing the economy too much. Interest rates have remained relatively high to keep inflation under control. High interest rates affect you directly if you are buying a home, purchasing a car, starting a business, or carrying credit card debt. Borrowing is more expensive in 2025, and that's intentional. When borrowing slows, spending slows. And when spending slows, inflation cools. But for regular people, this creates a dilemma. Saving becomes more attractive because interest rates on savings accounts are higher. But at the same time, the cost of living keeps rising, making it harder to save anything in the first place. It's a tug-of-war between wanting to save more and needing to spend more. Now, let's bring it back to you. What does USA inflation in 2025 actually mean for your life? First, it means your purchasing power is different. You have to be more strategic with your money. The same salary is not giving you the same lifestyle it did a few years ago. So budgeting becomes essential. Not the stressful, restrictive kind, but smart budgeting, prioritizing needs, controlling unnecessary expenses, and preparing for unexpected financial shifts. Second, inflation means that investing matters more now than ever. When prices rise, the value of your cash slowly erodes. If your money is not growing, it's shrinking. That's why more people are turning toward investment stocks, ETFs, real estate, side businesses, anything that can outpace inflation. Even small investments can help protect you from long-term financial decline. Third, inflation reminds us of the importance of multiple income streams. In 2025, relying on a single source of income is becoming risky. Whether it's freelancing, online work, a side hustle, passive income, or investing in skills that increase your earning potential. Diversifying income is no longer optional, it's a necessity for financial resilience. Fourth, inflation pushes you to rethink debt. High-interest credit card debt becomes even more dangerous in an inflationary environment. When interest rates are high, the cost of carrying debt increases dramatically. So paying down high-interest debts should be a priority in 2025 if you want to stay ahead financially. Finally, inflation teaches a valuable mindset lesson: adaptability. The people who do well during inflationary periods are not the ones who panic, but the ones who adjust. They understand the trends, update their strategies, and make decisions based on financial reality rather than wishful thinking. Flexibility is a superpower in uncertain economic times. At the end of the day, inflation affects everyone differently. But one thing is true for all of us: understanding inflation gives you power. When you know what's happening in the economy, you can make smarter choices that protect your money, strengthen your financial future, and help you stay ahead even when the economic winds shift. If you have been feeling the pressure of rising prices, you are not alone. Millions of people are experiencing the same thing. But instead of letting inflation control your life, you can take control by staying informed and adjusting your financial strategies. And that's exactly what RichMap is here to help you do. This is your moment to get smarter with your money, to prepare instead of panic, to build instead of wait. Inflation may be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for anyone willing to think differently and act intentionally. Thank you for watching RichMap. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more videos that simplify money, wealth building, and the global economy, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who needs clarity. Stay focused, stay informed, and remember, your financial map shapes your future. See ya in the next video.